Basamkele kwakho kwi-inkqubo yethu i-VOB Voice of the Bay no-Percy M. Lamani. Once again, good afternoon and welcome to your favorite talk show, that is your VOB with myself, Percy M. Lamani. Tonight or this afternoon, I am hosting the one and only Councillor Lawrence Throne, the only councillor of Good Party in Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality, the most talkative councillor in the Nelson Mandela, that is Councillor Lawrence Throne. I'll be hosting him for about 20 minutes in this show. We'll be talking about a number of issues, very important issues, especially to those who reside in Kariega. As you will recall that last year around June, that area was under floods, and a number of infrastructural areas were affected by those floods. And yet the National Treasury allocated 89 million for that area which was affected by the floods in 2024 around June. She will be sharing with us about the challenges that are facing the municipality in terms of reconstructing the bridge that connects a number of roads in KwaNobuhle. We'll also touch on the issue of debt write-off of 2.6 billion. Again, we'll talk more around the issue of deviation, which is the big problem. And also the Auditor General is also not happy about the way things are done in this municipality. That includes this issue of deviations. Councillor Lawrence Throne, siyakwamkela kwi-VOB.
Good day, Percy. Always nice being with you.
There's a lot that I have said
Yes.
In my introduction, Councillor Throne. Take us through why this bridge is not yet been built.
Thanks, Percy. Yes, as you say, Percy, that bridge, it was a disaster last year, June, July around. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 9 months. I think, Percy, the situation of the bridge in KwaNobuhle is also like reflective of this failing government that we have here. Because when you get funds for disaster, it is a disaster. You should then, within the next two weeks or 3 weeks, you should be on site to sort out that disaster. But now we can see 9 months, it's the time that it takes for a woman to give birth. It's no more a disaster now. Understand? Because a disaster, you sort out within that certain period of time. But what it shows, Percy, it shows that we've got a failing government in this metro. And I think that if we must speak more about the broken bridge at your city hall that's supposed to connect the people of Nelson Mandela Bay with the government of Nelson Mandela Bay, it should be much better. The bridge in KwaNobuhle has shown that this government must out, Percy. There is no connection between them and the people of Nelson Mandela Bay.
I hear you, Councillor Throne. Exactly why there is so much delay in terms of building this bridge.
There's so much
money was allocated.
Money was allocated, everything
in 2024 by
yes.
the National Treasury.
100%.
Exactly what is going on? What is the challenge around this?
The challenge is this. Firstly, there's no consequence management that you have at this municipality, because officials can do as they please and nothing is going to happen. Ne? But I also want to say this. They also want to blame like the wrong officials now. The person that caused all of this like confusion is the ED of like public health, Sizwe Vunelwa. He is the problem and he should be dealt with. 2 companies were only appointed now on the 6th of April to do the work. after 9 months, Percy. So it shows you that you're dealing with a government that is not in control of what they are supposed to govern. You know, see where is a problem? What they want to do now, they want to discipline now all of the other officials, you know, that's there. But the main problem, and for me, I want to see that how serious is this Mr. Ted Pillay around fraud and corruption, around these officials that are not doing their job. CISWA was supposed to be the one that was supposed to like implement this thing. It's only now on the 6th of April. They told me it's going to take them about 6 months for the bridge to be built. I can tell you this. When the ANC says 6 months, you must know it's about 12 months, 18 months. It will never complete within the time that they've said, you know. So, but by and large, I say you, this is reflective of a failing government, you know. So people can see, no, it's not that I just want to badmouth people. Here it shows for yourself, this is no more a disaster. A disaster is when you act within 2 or 3 weeks when that chaos has happened, and they did not. Ask them why? We don't know. You know, because I've always said, the ANC is not serious when it comes to good and leave good governance. They're not serious about when it comes to governance. You can see right through this province, Percy. There in like Matlati, in like Stutterheim, that municipality is bankrupt.
Let's talk about Nelson Mandela.
Yes, no, but what I want to point to
I hear you.
When the ANC governs,
yes,
they just cause chaos.
Let's look at the issue of the bridge in KwaNobuhle. Is there any contractor that has been appointed to do the work?
They've appointed 2 contractors. I'm told on the 6th of April, so they should be going on site now, I think next week or so, I was told.
Procurement?
What I'm told is that they got companies from like Sanral, you know, who have the expertise in building bridges, you know, so they got those like companies that to like tender for it, and from those there were 2 that were allocated. Because from what they were saying, the officials were telling me there was no company on the database of the municipality that had that expertise in building bridges. What they were also careful about, you remember, was now in George.
Yeah.
When they built that bridge, when they built that building there and it collapsed and about 40 people died, they did not want to make the same mistake that happened in George. Hence, they went for companies that according to them, had the expertise.
Are the SMMEs told about this bridge? Or are do they form part of the construction?
I'm sure that there should be space for your SMMEs, because when you speak about 30% going to like SMMEs, I take it goes to all of your government projects, like including this one. So, but I don't know that detail. I'm sure that the SMMEs, they will like negotiate for themselves with whoever those contractors are.
But where is the delay in this whole process?
The delay in this process, as I say, was with like Mvunelwa when he was there. You know, because you'd remember, he wrote a long report that was leaked to the Herald, where he then accused those 7 officials. Understand? But from what I understand, he was part of the meeting where they've decided on those things. And then suddenly, he just jumped out of the water and he wanted to excuse himself.
Before we go for a commercial ad break, because we are not going to come back to this issue when we come from the ad break, what does the ACM, acting municipal manager, promise to do?
I look, Percy, those that have watched council would say that I wished him well, you know, but I also told him he's coming here into like a lion's den. After the first meeting, it was a baptism of fire for him. So I would like to see how is he going to continue. He can still depend on the support of good Hey, but I think that he was shaken, and only time will tell how he's going to conduct himself. Because you must remember this, it's a metro with a budget of about 24 billion rand. You know, it's not that smallanyana municipalities, you know, where you only have a complete budget of about like 500 or 600 million. You know, and here, your contestation, when it comes to your political parties and so on, and also with your service providers, is very big. You know, so because you must remember also, there are some councillors that are proxies also for some of these service providers.
Okay. Let's just put a pause and go for a commercial at break. Masibaleke singase evenkileni. Sinamkele kwakho sibuyile evenkileni. Once again, welcome back from the ad break. We are still with Councillor Lawrence Throne, who is a councillor representing Good Party in Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality. Once again, welcome, Councillor Throne. Councillor Throne, seemingly these are good news for the residents of Nelson Mandela. That write-off of 2.6 billion.
Yes, Percy, seemingly it is good news, but you see, when the item came to council, a writing off of 2.6 billion rand, there was no supporting documents that says, listen, this is the accounts that make up 2.6 billion rand. What we ask and like requested as the Good Party, we said, Chonga, this 2.6 billion rand, you must like itemize it for us. Tell us, how did you get to 2.6 billion rand? They refused to do it. They did not want to itemize the 2.6 billion rand.
Just to break it down.
To break it down, to say, Chonga, Nangudruan, his account, he is indigent, and he owes like 20,000 rand. We're going to write off this. And then they give my details. Nangu Percy, he owes 15,000, and so that is what I mean by itemize. Because what we did in council, no one knows what was written off. Because they only came with a page to say, Chonga, here is this 2.6 billion that must be written off. Now, what I know they are doing, in that 2.6 billion rand, Percy, they are throwing accounts there of business people.
This is what I was about to ask.
Because this is not only happiness for your indigent people, for their accounts to be written off. You know how many requests I got on Facebook where people ask me, Truan, is my account also going to be written off? Ne? People that are poor, that are unemployed. I can't tell them yes, because it was not itemized, Percy. If it was itemized, I could say, Chonga, what is your name, surname? Then I can go down and say, okay, ma'am, yes, your name is on the list. But we don't have that. So the people that is going to be more happy than the poor people are those that are going to make money from this. There are some councillors and some of your like officials. Those people are going to be happy because they are putting people in there that don't qualify to do that. And that's why what we're going to do as a Good Party, if we are not going to be given that list to itemize it, we're going to write to the PP and ask the public protector to investigate this matter. I put my head on a block. There are many companies that don't qualify to be written off, and it was written off. You understand?
If I may ask you, Councillor Throne, was the Executive Director of Budget and Treasury, because this falls under that Budget and Treasury, whoever who is in charge as the head of Budget and Treasury, not a political head, but an administration, in terms of administration, was that person given an opportunity to explain this writing off of this debt?
Look, they explain it, Percy. Ne? and they would tell you, no, this would be for indigent people. It would be people with that would qualify with houses valued up until 1 million rand. Ne? But you must remember, the item when it comes to council, it is your councillors that depend. It is your MMC of Budget and Treasury ne, that is supposed to come with an itemized bill there. But he will never do it. But what we're going to do, we're not going to leave it like that. We're going to make sure that everyone knows who were the people's debt that was written off. Understand? So your officials in this case, like your CFO and Jackson, them, they mean nothing. We must get it from the office, from the councillors, from the MMC, from the mayor, from the speaker. They must bring that information for us. Understand?
Before we leave this matter or this issue of debt write-off of 2.6 billion, when is it going to start?
I don't know.
In terms of implementing
yes,
this decision.
It's been like approved now by council. It must now be like implemented by the like acting city manager. I want to find out from him first. I'm going to write to him. I'm going to do the right thing. He must itemize it for me. You see? And this is going to be one of his first tests. If he's not going to itemize the 2.6 billion for me, I'm going to change on him. Understand? I'm going to change on him because then it will show that he is with these people trying to cover up things. So he is going to be the person that will have to give us that information. How do you get to 2.6 billion rand?
Let's leave it there. We'll talk about it at a later stage. Deviations.
Deviations, person.
Yeah. Why there is so much deviations in this municipality?
Very good question. And the problem is, there is no consequent management coming with those deviations. What is supposed to happen, Percy, with every 3-year contract? Once the 3 years comes close to its end, by your 30th month, then they are supposed to re-tender that contract that is going to close within the next 3 months. So that once your 36 months is like completed, the new company can start and you don't have deviation. But I think 90% of this municipality runs on deviations, like deliberately. Because when that company's contract has come to an end, and these officials to then like deviate, they normally deviate there where they also get African salutes. You see? And that is the biggest problem that you can have in this municipality. Your biggest corruption is with all of these deviations. There is no need for them to deviate. What we have proposed now, and you can also see all of this like legal like opinions that's going up and down, you know, where the acting city manager is asking a legal opinion from this law firm, that law firm, and so on. What we are saying is the good party. These law firms don't have the like expertise to decide on deviation. Deviation is not like a legal matter. It's like an accounting matter. If the city manager wants any advice, he should write to the AG, and the AG should then tell him, listen, this is what you must do, or not, and not these legal firms. You must remember, these legal firms, for one deviation, they charge you thousands upon thousands of rands. So for me, that is also just another way of looting this municipality. You know, you must remember also, that opinion is only an opinion. Another lawyer can find differently to what that other lawyer, like decides. But when you use MFMA or PFMA or all of this like legislation of government, you will come to the correct decision. So you've never found any official that was disciplined for not like renewing the contracts on time. It's a very grand way of stealing from this municipality. And it's going to continue, Percy. As long as what we have or ill discipline. You know, no one accounts to anyone. It's going to continue as you go on. That's why I'm excited to see whether this man is going to do anything.
I've got only 1 minute.
Yebo.
What's your take on the stolen tires at Deal Party?
It must be an inside job. I cannot be. Must be an inside job. Number one, a Deal Party. Ne? The question must be asked, why it's not only those tires that were stolen there. Engines, gearboxes were stolen there. Nothing happened to that security. The problem is at safety and security, you must get new people there. You must get other people there because there's just too much stealing that is going on there. Because the question must be asked, how did those people that drove in there, how did they know, like, where's the tires? How do they know that? It's not the first time that they're doing that stealing there. The problem is safety and security is very, very weak. There's no like leadership there whatsoever.
What happened when you were there?
I don't play. I can tell you this. There were 2 EDs that I fired their chief. I did not play with them. I can pride myself. I'm the only MMC that ever fired 2 EDs. I thank you. I don't play.
Councillor
Because you
Lawrence.
see what I always say, Percy. My workplace is not my place to make friends with people. At work, I work. My friends are at home. So I don't mix the two. Understand? So and that's why there was order when I was there.
Councillor Trun, thank you very much for honoring this interview. Siyabulela kwi-Good Party.
See.
Fikelele sipheleni ke ngolo hlobo udliwano ndlebe lwethu naye uCouncillor Lawrence Trun. That's how we come to an end with our interview with Councillor Lawrence Trun. Up next, Dr. Joshua Ndlela. Before that, let's go for a commercial break. Siwilo kakhona evenkleni kanti ke ngaleli thuba we welcome Dr. Joshua Ndlela, who is a counseling psychology from UNISA. This afternoon, we are going to talk about the value-added tax and the way it affects us mentally. Dr. Joshua Ndlela will explain that. But Doc, as we all know that the role, ANC is no longer now a ruling party. If I may quote Mr. Fikile Mbalula is always saying, I'm quoting him, we are the largest party. They are no longer a ruling party. He always says that they are the largest party within the GNU. But even on Wednesday, on the 30th of April, there was a media briefing where the ANC was explaining the decision of reversing the value-added tax. As we all know that they were holding some meetings with different parties, trying to find one another around this matter of VAT. While on the other side, the parties like the Democratic Alliance are always fighting very strongly in terms of protecting the poor of the poorest in South Africa. And yet, we've got a high unemployment rate, which also affects our province, followed by Gauteng. Even at a national level, other provinces are also facing this challenge, especially in our young people. There's a lot of challenge around unemployment. And yet, this VAT now, which is being reversed by all parties, it was also taken this issue into the courts by DA and the EFF. And yet, after that, there was an announcement that there must be a reversal of this value-added tax. where we are as the South Africans in all what is taking place.
Yeah. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you, Putbesi, nalapha ku-VOB to connect the value-added tax, which is VAT, with mental health. I might not be informed very much on what is happening on the politics of our country,
On current affairs
on
issues.
current affairs issues.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware that politics and our mental health, they are connected. You know, there's what we call Wanaputbesi social cohesion, that speaks about the solidarity and the unity of the people, and as well as the establishment within our society. We talk about business, we talk about higher education, we talk about society, and we need to be found playing a kind of interconnectedness amongst all of these societies. So what happens, the decision that is happening on the political sphere, it would have a bearing on what is happening on the higher education, what is happening on the health. So when you speak of health, then you can put mental health there.
Yeah.
So it is important for us to note that even before we speak about what is happening in the courts of law, the politics, South Africa, Putbesi, is one of the countries that is regarded as having a high unemployment rate. And in London, Putbesi, you can never divorce a mental health with high unemployment rate. For an example, Putbesi, if I cannot afford bread, water, food, shelter, you know, when I put base. As in Putbesi, Gokwa Maslow hierarchical needs, physiological need is the first one on the base.
Basic needs.
It's just the basic need. And Putbesi, we as the human beings, we get motivated as an individual when I actually get ezo needs they are in the base, which is food, water, shelter. Zibalulekile. If Putbesi, I cannot afford food, I cannot afford shelter, lando Putbesi inento kwenza kunye ne-esteem yam, inento kwenza kunye nendlela endizifilisha ngayo kwinto ethi andifani kunye nalo mntu ndihlala naye in the society, because I cannot afford what other people are able to afford. So the financial inability to afford, it doesn't end there. It also gets to indlela oziviwisha ngayo as a person. Before Putbesi sithethe ngendaba ye-security okanye protection, which is the second one from the physiological, xana ndingena shelter, I do not view myself as part nomnye umntu one-shelter. Uzibhaqe Putbesi ke ngoku kukhona into what we called social isolation, because this one is able to afford, this other one is not able to afford. So we can't access the same resources. We can't get the same support because of if financial muscles zethu are not the same. Ibe ne-bearing Putbesi kwindlela ozibona ngayo kunye nomnye umntu. You know what will happen, Putbesi? That way of having a low self-esteem, you would want to find ways on how to become the same as aba bantu nihlala kunye nabo. You know what will happen, Bupesi? One other ways. Crime. So, when you speak about into ye value added tax, before even noba ibikhona noba ibingekho, currently ngokwaseMzantsi Afrika Bupesi, ngokwe social economic status sethu, we are so pantsy, we're too low, and zibangela Bupesi into bangama kube khona ezinye i-problems ngenxa yaloo nto. Even before le nto ye-VAT Bupesi sithetha ngayo currently eMzantsi. But the point is, indaba ye-economy Bupesi ine-impact kwindlela esizibona ngayo. And we so wish wona Bupesi that whoever who does what, who controls the system, controls the policies, we should also look at the effects of these policies kwi-psychology yomntu. In terms of Bupesi, ndizibona ndinjani na in comparison with the other person endihlala kunye naye. Because indlela ozibona ngayo Bupesi iba nendlela yonto kwenza kunye nezinto ozicingayo ethi yintoni endinako ukuyenza so that ndizibhaqe nam ndi-socially acceptable kule society.
Everybody needs recognition.
Everybody needs recognition when Bupesi. But if Bupesi, I'm unable to access i-services ezi-right njengabanye abantu abakwaziyo ukuzi-access services because of affordability.
So you are, all in all, you are talking about dignity.
Dignity when Bupesi. You know, probably, yes, people when Bupesi can think about that when they're doing policies. But Bupesi, kukho into ekuthiwa yi-depression, i-anxiety, i-stress, ezithi zenzeke Bupesi because of you are unable to afford like omnye umntu. Two Bupesi, what is happening to what we call a social fiber, social fabric, social fiber? Into ethona Bupesi, it speaks about i-relationships esinazo kunye nabanye abantu. And once Bupesi, I am financial strain, financial pressure because of andiphangeli okanye I'm no longer able to afford into bendikwazi ukuyenza, izoba ne-impact laa nto Bupesi apha endlini. Omnye umntu ade athi Bupesi, I want to simplify it wena Bupesi, ade athi umntu, no mos, if you cannot afford me anymore, I'm going to look for others who will be able to afford me.
So it's a rejection.
Yabona Bupesi, ayenzekanga laa nto kuba Bupesi naye laa mntu ethanda. Yenzeke because there are these added financial needs ezenzekayo Bupesi, nokuba expensive kwezinto Bupesi, zibangele kuba kube nzima to afford okanye to continue kunye nobomi benu enobuqhelileyo. Uzibhaqe Bupesi ngoku ku-stress financially obungakhange Bupesi uzi-invite. Ibe ke imirholo Bupesi yona ihlala the same, yabona Bupesi, but zibe zona izinto zi-edeka. Uyabona kuthiwa isonga ngoku is no longer 5 rand, is 5.50. La 50 cent Bupesi is too much for abanye abantu. Ingancinci kwabanye, but it's too much kwabanye abantu. And Bupesi la 50 cent ine-impact apha ebantwaneni, apha ku-related ngonyana abantwana. Abanye Bupesi, they will no longer be able to pay these school fees. Imoto zizawuthathwa. idignity yakhe laa mntu ebezibeke kwinto ebekade yenza akasakwazi ukuyimaintaina. So le nto ye-VAT bhuti is well and good kwezinye izinto. I might not be able to explicitly explain ezo zinto ezo. It's well and good, but ziba ne-impact kwi-mental health yomntu ngamnye, tata, mama nabanina.
Let's leave it there, Doc. Sizabaleka sengasevenkileni. Sibuye kwakho kwanayo uDr Joshua Ndlela. Sawuthi chuncembe naye sibe kanti siyayiqoshelisa inkqubo yethu. Kodwa kwangoku masiye evenkileni. Enkosi ngokuba kunye nathi sisaqhubekeka nenkqubo yethu i-VOB Voice of the Bay kunye nayo uDr Joshua Ndlela, our counseling psychology from UNISA. Kanti ke umcimbi sisawubambileyo ngomcimbi onika umdla kakhulu ngomcimbi ochaphazela ilizwe loMzantsi Afrika, i-value added tax eseyingxaki nangoku kweli lizwe. Kodwa ke uyasichazela ngoba ke uthelekisa kungabi nanto kumntu kwakunye nokuthiwa chatha okokuba ibizawuthiwa chatha. Kodwa ke uyibeka kamandi uDoc, explaina kakuhle according to the Maslow hierarchy of needs. He started with the lower base, that is the basic needs, vis-a-vis the value added tax and the reversal of the value added tax. Welcome once again, Dr. Joshua.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Butpesi. Yes. Yeah, Butpesi, I'm happy that you are bringing in about your financial pressures versus in about your mental health. Because akwazi Butpesi ukuyisusa into ye mental health kwinto ye financial challenges. You know what, Butpesi, one of the things that we would like to achieve and that motivates us to do things in life more than money. La love and belonging, la sense of belonging and to be loved. That also Maslow hierarchy is love and belonging is at the center of his hierarchy. Love and belonging. You know what happens, Butpesi, if now, because of you are unable to do things that you were able to do financially, you were able to provide endlini ubhatala ibhondi, uba uyakwazi ubhatala ibhondi, ubukwazi usabantwana esikoleni ubanike lunch imali. Now all of a sudden, because of imeko zobuntu and partly this thing of VAT, you are unable to provide that. And one of the things that would be that you can never buy, you will never use money to buy, the sense of belonging. Sense of belonging is not monetary, it's not tangible. You know, yindlela umuntu aye afilishe ngayo. You know, ibe eroded because you can't afford anymore these people, and these people, they lose trust on you. They lose hope on you. They don't have any positive expectation ngawe as a person who's the breadwinner in the family. They don't have positive expectations because you can't afford anymore. And then, you start to lose that sense of belonging. Ebikhona, but now it has been eroded as a result of the financial pressures. So do you see, Butpesi, as the financial insecurities and pressures, they also affect indlela esithathwa ngazo kwi-families zethu ne-dignity zethu, Butpesi, ezikhoyo ngenxa ye-financial muscle yethu. But when that becomes eroded, then it affects us. And a sense of belonging, Butpesi, and love is very important to as humankind because it motivates us to live longer. Doesn't matter how much you have, Putpesi. If Putpesi, you are not loved somewhere, you are going to look for love elsewhere. And whatever you live up, it will be eroded. And many people who are connected to you, abantwana who are connected to you, Putpesi, will be experiencing rejections, abandonment. You know, Putpesi, it's separation anxieties as koyo because utata no mama are unable to relate anymore. And abantwana are not aware what is happening. You know, utata okanyo mama is looking for a sense of belonging elsewhere, is looking for love elsewhere, Putpesi. And when you track down where it is coming from, financial affordability, which was affected, Putpesi, mainly by ezi zinto zifana kunye ne-VAT. So, my point when I put Putpesi, that is very important for us to look at these things, is that whenever we try to do izinto kwi-systems, political systems, financial, economic systems, we also need to look at what are the implications of ezo zinto kwi-psyche yomntana, ye-families, ye-society. Uyabona Putpesi? That's so it reduces hope apho kwindawo ohlala kuzo. Eyesibini Putpesi, hey, yabona i-self-esteem Putpesi, you can never buy it. You know, xa kuthethwa nge-self-esteem Putpesi, which is also being affected by ukungakwazi ukuprovide at times. Ilano Putpesi 80, I am who I am. And I am respected by the deeds that I do. Kuloo ndawo ndikuyo, noba kusemsebenzini, noba kusekhayeni, noba kweyiphi indawo enabantu. You tend Putpesi to measure indlela ofilisha ngayo by response yabantu kwizinto wena ozenzayo. Just imagine Putpesi, at the time where you feel into yokuba I am now being accepted. And then something happens financially, Putpesi. Something happens financially. And ube that dignity that you were getting as a result of what you do, it comes to exhaustion. Then what happens, Putpesi? You are no longer being respected. And we are no longer being seen. You don't see yourself as being a man enough. Why Putpesi? At times, not only Putpesi, uye wabhatyaza okanye ube nento erongo oyenzileyo apha kwi-society okanye kwifamily yakho because i-affordability Putpesi was halted.
These are circumstances that are beyond your control.
To get my point, Putpesi, ilano Putpesi sithetha ke ngoku nge-erosion of social cohesion. Because uMzantsi nakweyiphi society Putpesi, we strive to promote and preserve a social unity, social connectedness, i-relationships zethu zibe kanti zi-intact. But Putpesi, if you do not see yourself as part of this society, because Putpesi, you cannot access ezinye resources abanye abantu abakwaziyo ukuzi-afforda, what do you think is going to be happening with social cohesion? It's going to be eroded. Because omnye umntu uzawufuna ndlela thile Putpesi yokuthi azibhaqe naye acceptable okanye accepted ngaloo ndlela aza-accepted ngayo, because Putpesi andiziboni ndifana kunye nabanye abantu kule society okanye kule family okanye kule relationship, okanye Putpesi nabantwana bakho baphele beku-undermine. Uyofuna ezinye indlela to regain.
You even lose respect.
Respect Putpesi. As a result, Putpesi, you cannot afford. Putpesi, what we are talking about, the mental issues is Putpesi, that could easily risk into a depression. Because no one understands you, Putpesi. You are at this hole on your own. is black. Nobody seemed to understand what I am going through, but base and ikalepi couldn't afford.
So these tariff hikes, VAT hikes, they've got a lot of psychological effect.
Very much, but base. And you can never run an economy, but base, with people who are mentally ill.
Doc, once again, we will go for a commercial ad break and then we'll continue up until 5 o'clock in our next segment.
Thank you.
Once again, for the last time, let's go for a commercial ad break. Senamkela, we Voice of the Bay VOB with myself, Percy M. Wow, Doc, there's nothing that we can do without money. If there is no money, there is no proper life.
No, I agree with you, but Percy. Kubomi esebophilayo, life esiphilayo, we need to be able to have money to access ezinye izinto, right? But allow me also, but Percy, to say, as I've said, that you can never be able to run an economical life, a balance, when you are mentally ill. Because all of us, but Percy, as human beings, we get affected by ezi zinto zenzekayo around us. We're affected now, but Percy, indaba ye COVID-19, it changed quite a lot. Now, but Percy, we are talking about VAT. We are talking about poverty that is happening around us in our locations, but Percy, we see that ngamehlo ethu, poverty, but Percy, is before us, even before this thing of VAT. My point is that, but Percy, we are all get affected by these things. And if, but Percy, economy yethu izawuranwa ngabantu, but Percy, who are also not mentally right.
Come again, Doc.
If economy yethu okanye institutions zethu zizawuranwa ngabantu nabo abangekho right mentally, we are in for trouble. Because akakho umuntu right, but Percy, onokwenza izinto right abe mentally wrong.
Wow.
Now, it is important, but Percy, that anyone who is in any political parties or enterprise or higher education, I understand, but Percy, I recognize, abe aware in the goba naye une deficits zakhe, unentswelo zakhe, ezimbangela, but Percy, mental health yakhe ibe shaken. We need to be true to humanity into it. Akakho umntu who is a human being who is an angel. Therefore, you will be subjected, but Percy, kwizinto ezizakwenza ube khona ucinezelelo ngokwasemphefumlweni nasengqondweni. And we ought to be resilient and to deal with our own issues. With our own issues as leaders in our society. You know, even at the wherever you are, as a leader at home in a society, you need to be aware of yourself because you need to make informed decisions, but Percy, as a right for other people. I'm not talking about people who are being selfish here, but Percy.
Yeah.
Abantu about selfish, but Percy, abantu who doesn't think, they overly think of themselves other than to think about others. Those are called people who are being selfish. All right? Then there's nothing wrong with Percy in the kubangaba. At times you need to take care of yourself, but ubekwe kule ndawo ukuyo. You are a leader kulo ndawo ukuyo, not for yourself. You are there to be to serve. You are there for a service. And Percy, because of there are a lot of challenges kweza positions, yabona Butbesi, you need to take care of yourself. You also need, Butbesi, to get to a point of understanding that as much as I'm a leader, I need to make this decision. I have also my own deficits, mental deficits. I go through a lot as well. And each decision in this Butbesi, they should be informed. And you need to be okay to make an informed decision. You know, another thing, Butbesi, that we see as a challenge, and I think people who are in the financial sector, they can talk about that better than I. In the 80 Butbesi, we see a lot of people living beyond their own means. We should guard that, Butbesi. We should never sit subjected kwinto yokuthi I want to kind of social expectation. I want to please the perception of people on me. We need to live within our own means. We need to accept our own resources. We need to make use of what we can do when I put base. Because if not, Butbesi, this could lead to risk ye financial stress, financial burden, financial anxiety. Uyabona Butbesi, kwayona lena into yokuthi live beyond means ine impact kwi-cycle yomuntu. So nathi thina singabantu Butbesi kufuneke siphile ngokwe-means zethu, not beyond our means. Singaphileli abanye abantu Butbesi, sifuna ukupleasa abanye abantu ube ungenanto financially. Phila ngokwalento unayo, and we accept into yokuba andifuna uzibhaqa ndokwenza ezinye izinto ezirongo for me to feed the life ndifuna abantu bandijonge ngayo. Live within your means.
Wow. Doc, ndiqinisekile abantu abaninzi bazuza elikhulu kakhulu kodwa in summary, what actually are you saying to us?
Thank you,
In
Butbesi.
all what you have been explaining, trying to giving us a better understanding of the situation that is facing us as the South Africans.
Thanks, Butbesi. Vet or no vet, live according to your own means. 2, Butbesi, whoever who does what in policies, they must please think about mental health issues. Whatever that you do in a bearing with mental health issues erodes social cohesion, social fiber. We need to minimize social isolation as a result of each decision that we are taking. But above kuyo yonke lento sithetha ngayo Butbesi, ukuphila beyond your means, it has a risk for us to be subjected with financial anxiety, financial stress, and lead to depression.
Doc, as we are starting a new financial year, in fact, we have started a new financial year on the 1st of April this year. What advice are you giving us as workers? It's a pity we've got only less than a minute.
Yeah. Butbesi, please plan according to what you have. Do not plan ngento ongenayo. And please, abantwana bethu, Butbesi, we should not give a false hope ebantwana bethu ngento esingazokwazi ukuzi-afforda.
Dr. Joshua Ndlela, our counseling psychologist from UNISA, we thank you very much for giving us your insight around the issues that has to do with the VAT, finances, and even the examples that we have used according to Maslow hierarchy of needs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Good Bessie.
Ngolo hlobo ke nenkqubo yethu i-Voice of the Bay VOB ngamafuphi ifikelela esiphelweni. Masibuye sibonane kwakho kwixesha elizayo. Iyabe icawa ke phofu from 4 up until 5 o'clock. Kodwa idinga ngomso kwinkqubela FM 97.0 from 6 up until 9 in the evening. Busuku benzolo. Once again, happy Sunday.